What's going on, everybody? I just messed up my own intro. What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. So today I'm going for a little bit of a different setup. I kind of been watching a lot of PewDiePie, and I just like the fact that he's free to move around. He's free to do one of these. He's even free to do one of these.
Okay.
I really hurt my back. I'm getting too old for this stuff. Hold on. No, but really though, so the main thing is I just want to be free to do what I want, because when I'm sitting down, I don't feel like I can really get too energetic or too crazy about the video, because I am super passionate about baseball, and I feel like when I'm standing up, I can kind of move around a little bit more. I can show a little bit more energy. I just feel like these videos are going to be a whole lot better. And today, guys, we have something very important to talk about. Some of you might take offense to this, because we're going to be talking about MLB predictions for the 2018 season of who might take the World Series champion label chip title. So before the video even begins, I want you guys to do something for me right now. I want you guys to leave a comment. Who is your World Series prediction, the matchup, whether it's the Indians versus the Nationals, or I just gave away my prediction. I think it's going to be Indians Nationals, but I want you guys to let me know down below. Is it going to be Yankees Cubs? Is it going to be Angels Brewers? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And then the second comment that I want you guys to leave is, who is your favorite baseball team? So again, guys, like I already said, I really think that the Indians are going to go against the Nationals in the 2018 World Series. I believe it's going to go 7 games. I think Bryce Harper is going to come in huge, but I think Francisco Lindor is going to be the 2018 World Series MVP as the Indians take the World Series title finally after choking 2 straight years. Don't even get me started. I don't know if you guys saw this, but we just signed a first baseman. So yes, we lost Carlos Santana, but we just signed Yonder Alonso. I don't know if you saw this home run in spring training. Yeah, spring training, but check out this home run. He pooped on this ball.
That's what that was all about, as Yonder Alonso tees off on his first swing in an Indians uniform and blasts one out of here to put the Tribe on top, 1-0.
All right, guys, so now that we have my predictions out the way, let's go ahead. I'm going to read a Bleacher Report article. So this is already from February 9th, so it's about 2 weeks old, but I truly think that these are going to be our best bet into the insight of MLB baseball this year and kind of digging deep in who's going to win the World Series this year. All right, so this is MLB predictions 2018, projecting the final standings. So I think it's going to go league by league and division by division. So we're just a few weeks away from opening day. So in the AL East, the new kings of the AL East are going to be the Yankees. And that's just because I feel like with Giancarlo Stanton, with Aaron Judge, with Gary Sanchez, that whole lineup, Didi Gregorius. Who knows, Tanaka might have a comeback year. Sonny Gray might have a full season with the Yankees, maybe have a sub-3 ERA, you never know. But I truly think that with the addition of Giancarlo Stanton, along with the guys with Judge, Gregorius, Sanchez, all of these different guys, I feel like this team is going to absolutely rake, which will carry them to the #1 seed in the AL East. Now, I will say one little caveat is the Boston Red Sox. As they see, the projected final standings is the Yankees at 95 and 67, winning 4 games ahead of the Boston Red Sox at 90 and 72. But this was before JD Martinez actually signed with the Red Sox, so they might have adjusted it just a little bit. So I think with JD Martinez in there, so the Red Sox had the least amount of home runs in the AL last year. JD Martinez hit like 40-something home runs, so he brings a potent bat to that lineup. So I think it's going to be a pretty nice race for that AL East champion, but I'm going to go with the Yankees coming away with that. All right, so up next, you guys might have an idea as to who I'm going for. We are going against the AL Central standings. So they have the projected standings at the Indians winning 103 games. My goodness. So the Minnesota Twins are projected to come in second at 86 and 76, which is, I mean, that's not even close. But the Twins did pick up a few more players. So I really think with the addition of the new starting pitchers that they just signed, I think that maybe they can somewhat compete with the White Sox. They're not going to be that great. The Tigers, again, they're in rebuild. Same with the Royals. So I think the Indians are going to come away with this pretty easily, if you ask me. If you ask me, for me, myself, Fuzzy. But don't sleep on the Minnesota Twins. Byron Buxton had an amazing second half. They still have Brian Dozier. They just signed a couple key guys in that starting rotation, so don't sleep on them just yet. And I think they just signed Michael Pineda, so he might be their ace going forward, along there with Irvin Santana. So you never know with the Twins, but I'm taking the Indians. All right, so we are making our way to the AL West, the home of the World Series champions of 2017. We have the Houston Astros coming with the same record as the Indians at 103 and 59, and then Angels coming in at second place, 14 games over 500. So this is pretty tough. So let's kind of read the overview. Can anyone catch the Astros in the AL West? Probably not, but that doesn't mean the division won't produce 2 playoff teams in 2018. Blah, 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 a bunch about the Astros. Now they have Justin Verlander and Garrett Cole, and then they signed Brad Peacock, they signed Brian Shaw, all these different guys. The Astros got better. So just for prediction's sake, I do think the Astros are going to win the AL West, but I do think the Angels are going to come in second, and I think they are going to capture a wild card position. As we can see, it's the Angels who look like the division's most improved team, along with re-signing Justin Upton after a successful 2-month stint. They also added Ian Kinsler and Zach Kozar. Not to mention that Garrett Richards is coming back, Matt Shoemaker's coming back, Tyler Skaggs. If they can stay healthy, they might have a pretty good rotation. Factor in Shohei Ohtani, and oh man, but the Rangers are good, the Mariners are good. They just added D. Gordon and a bunch of other players. This is going to be a good division. Usually the AL West is not the best in the entire league, but maybe it's going to be a little bit more competitive now that the Rangers have improved. They just signed Tim Lincecum as their closer, which is pretty nuts. But the Seattle Mariners, I guess they have it 75 and 87, about 12 games under 500. I'm a little suspicious of that, but again, the Athletics down there, the poor little Athletics. I wish that they were better. Baseball's better when the Athletics are good. So for this one, this is kind of hard for me. I get that the Astros did get better, but I just like the Angels. I live in Las Vegas, so I'm pretty close to them. But with their improvements, they might come in huge. Mike Trout is finally healthy. Let's see if Albert Pujols can come in big as well. Cole Calhoun might have a bounce back season. So I'm gonna go with Astros winning the division, but the Angels making the playoffs with a wild card position. If I could speak slowly, maybe you guys would understand me. All right, so we are getting to our fourth division. This is the NL East. Mr. Bryce Harper with that beautiful beard as the profile picture. So they have the Washingtons coming in. Is that the best record in baseball? 104. We'll get to it a little bit later, but so far they're projecting the Nationals to have the best record in baseball. So far, we haven't gotten to the NL or the NL Central or anything like that just yet. Maybe we have. I can't remember, but they have the Nationals winning with 104 wins. The New York Mets coming in 2 games under 500. I don't know how you guys feel about that. The Mets just signed Jay Bruce. They signed a couple other guys. Let's kind of review real quick because we all know that the Braves are rebuilding. We know that the Phillies are rebuilding. They did sign Carlos Santana. Ryan Hoskins is supposed to be amazing. He hit an absolute tank today. Maybe I can find that, put it in the video.
A high fly ball to deep left field. Matuk going back toward the wall. He jumps and it is gone. Trading home run of the year for Rhys Hoskins.
And then we have the Miami Marlins coming in at 38 games under 500. I don't think anyone doesn't expect that because they pretty much traded their entire team. They got some prospects back. I don't know, but the Nationals, they have Bryce Harper coming back for a full season. They still have Daniel Murphy. They have Gio Gonzalez, Max Scherzer, Steven Strasburg. So they have an amazing team. They are built to win the World Series. Again, they seem to choke just like the Indians in the playoffs. So we'll see if they can get it done. But let's kind of read over the overview real quick. Oh, and I forgot to mention that the Nationals are getting back Adam Eaton, and they also have Ryan Madson, Sean Doolittle, Brandon Kitzler back in the bullpen. So they're going to be pretty formidable. But I don't know if the Mets can come back. If Matt Harvey can return to form, and then you have Jacob deGrom, Noah Syndergaard, and who's the other? Steven Matz. If they can return to form, maybe they have a chance, but it's going to be tough for the Mets. It's definitely going to be tough. All right, so here we go. We are getting to the NL Central. I think this division is going to be the most competitive division in all of baseball. Reason being is because the Cubs, they signed a few players. The Cardinals, they traded for a lot of players, and as did the Brewers. They did a few other signings too. So the Cardinals, they got Marcell Ozuna. They also have Dexter Fowler, so that's going to be a pretty good outfield with Tommy Pham. The Chicago Cubs, who did they sign? I know they got Brandon Morrow. Brandon Morrow throws like 101 miles an hour. He's really good. Kyle Schwarber lost a lot of weight, so maybe he can run a little bit better going into the season. Maybe play left field a little more above average than he used to because, let's be honest, he's not the best outfielder. But, oh man, Ozuna, Dexter Fowler, and Tommy Pham, I think that's the best outfield in baseball. But if you compare that to the Brewers, they just signed Lorenzo Cain. They traded for Christian Yelich. I don't know what they're going to do with Keon Broxton. Again, he's master right now in spring training. And they also have Ryan Braun. I think the biggest thing for them right now is the fact that they need to add more starting pitching because Ryan Anderson or Chase Anderson, he's not enough. And Corey Knebel, he's in the bullpen. So I don't know if he's enough either. But so they got the Reds coming in at 73 and 89. The Pirates at 69 and 93. The Pirates are going to be trash. They traded away their best players. I feel bad for Josh Harrison. But the Reds, hopefully that they can get some wins for Joey Votto because, man, Joey Votto is a once-in-a-lifetime player, and I want him to get a chip one of these days. So I'm actually going to disagree with this. I know that might come as a surprise to you guys, but I think the Cardinals are going to overtake the Cubs this year. I just think they're going to have a really good offense. I think Carlos Martinez is going to have a really good year. Hopefully they can re-sign Lance Lynn, and I think those two guys can maybe carry them. I don't know. This is going to be a tough division. The Cubs, Cardinals, and Brewers. Oh god, that's gonna be fun. Get your popcorn out. And last but not least, we have the NL West. So we have the Los Angeles Dodgers predicted to go 99-63, which is a pretty good record. I mean, hopefully Clayton Kershaw can repeat and not get injured like last year, because he would have won the Cy Young if he didn't get injured. But let's kind of read the overview real quick. A bounce-back season from Logan Forsythe could give them the deepest lineup in the NL, and they could also recur blah 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 key pieces and a pitching staff that led the league with a 3.3 ERA. That 3.38 ERA is pretty good, but I honestly think that the Rockies and Diamondbacks might have the upper hand with that lineup. I don't know if they're going to be the most formidable like this article says, because the Rockies, they have Arenado, they have Trevor Story, they have Charlie Blackmon, they have so many good boppers on their team that can hit the ball a million miles, and also playing in Coors Field also helps. But the Diamondbacks, they have Paul Goldschmidt. I think, in my opinion, the second best player in all of baseball. I think it's Trout. I think it's Trout, Harper, and then Goldschmidt. So not bad being right behind those guys. But again, their pitching is not the best. Hopefully Zach Greinke can have a better year than last year. And then there's the Giants and the Padres down there. I think the Giants might surprise a few people with the signings or with the trade of Andrew McCutchen. And then who else did they get? They also traded for Evan Longoria, so I'm not really too sure. I really think that the Dodgers are going to come away with this, but again, this should be a close division with the Diamondbacks coming in third, Rockies second, Dodgers first, and the Giants, watch out for them. All right, so we have gone through the entire article. Now it's time for the predictions after hearing everything that we went over. Again, so my prediction is going to be Indians, Nationals in 7 games. I really think that Lindor is going to have an amazing series. I think Kluber's going to bounce back. I think Danny Salazar is going to have a really good year. Michael Brantley's going to come back eventually. So I have the Indians winning the World Series over the Washington Nationals in 7 games. But again, that's just my opinion. I want you guys to let me know down in the comment section before the video ends, what is your prediction? And guys, with that being said, that is going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys learned just a little bit. Hopefully you guys had some fun. And now I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day. It's beautiful outside. I'm out of here. Peace.
And I'm like, whoa, man, my neck so goddamn cold.